Please do join me to welcome for the keynote address Mr. Ashok Kumar Singh, IAS Secretary, Water Resources Department, Government of Kerala.
Distinguished guests on the dais, and all the colleagues from the water sector. It's indeed my pleasure to be here in this morning, this very fine morning, I'll say. Before I start my thoughts on water sector and how to make it sustainable, I would just like to share the two examples of countries who have really done very well, very good in water management. One is obviously Israel, we all know, and the second one is Japan, which we don't know. Now I'll give you the what has been done by these two countries and how that has made possible to achieve this sustainable and good water management in their countries. You will be surprised to know that Israel, when it became independent, they passed a law wherein they decided to measure every water usage. That was by law. Because it's very clear that the thing which you cannot measure, you cannot monitor, and you cannot then do its evaluation. So this was done by law. Similarly, on the Japan side, we are from the water sector, and we know that non-revenue water is something which we all are excited to reduce it, and we want to ensure that our system network works with the good efficiency, and we have two service providers who have put up the stalls also outside. So this shows the importance what is happening in the market. You'll be surprised to know that in the Western world, where this NRW ranges something from 35% to 50%, Japan, the NRW is just 2%. I don't know how many of you feel surprised and maybe shocked that NRW can be as low as 2%. Yes, it is. And it has happened not overnight. The Japan decided to do this in 1955, and they had the first non-revenue water management cell in their country. So what I'm trying to say that, when we try to go for the sustainability of the water resources, water management, drinking water and other things, the important is not only the technology, but also the policy framework, governance side. I'll just share few inputs from Water Authority, of which I was MD earlier. Now I am chairman, and my joint MD has also come to this function. Water Authority was one of the few utilities in the country who used this NRW in 2012, and results were phenomenal. There are parachute kind of equipments which you need to put up in the live pipe, and that will travel and give you the whole inside picture of how the pipe is behaving, if there is any leak. Similarly, there is a ball. You just put it in a live pipe and it goes, and you can take it out and it will give you all the inside data of the pipe. And this I did it in 2012. Now it's the time has come that these technologies should be adopted. Nowadays they are becoming more cheaper. The utilities should have some tie-up with the service providers on a piece rate basis to include all these technologies to find it out where the water leak is happening. The other thing is that if you want to improve upon sustainability of a utility, the data is very important, and so we should start capturing whatever we do in the utilities, whether it's operation and maintenance, whether it is a delivery of water. So all this is very important. Unless until we start digitizing, we will not be able to understand our utility. And third, but not the least one, is basically, the power tariff. Now, the power tariff cost near about, or the energy cost is near about 35% to 40% of the whole water protection cost, and that's very substantial. So I'll advise all of you to take a look at it, that what is the rate at which you are paying the power, because normally it will be you will be charged as a commercial slab. So it's a time to basically reduce your cost of power, and moment you reduce the cost of power, your public utility becomes sustainable and everything then improves. That positivity comes in picture. Nobody there are cries that they have not been delivered water, or nobody says that their bills are pending. So for sustainability of utility, it's very important to look at the power consumption also. Similarly, on the water, surface water management side, the Kerala suffered a flood in 2018, and we have developed a flood management system which is very robust, and which we are using it to predict that what will be the water level in case of a floods, and accordingly we are able to give the warnings and take a precautionary steps. But as I said in the beginning, that but the data is also very important to support all these things. And this groundwater is another challenge. Many of us don't know that despite having so much investment in the surface water development, 95% of the any state agriculture depends upon the groundwater, and we have depleted these sources beyond our imagination. And therefore, the first thing is that, Varis system which has come up, it's really doing well, that, we are now having data points for all the blocks and how our groundwater is behaving. But that is not suffice. The important is that we should also integrate our surface water resources. And then it becomes a comprehensive database along with the other attributes like quality, quantity, and variability and other things. So the time has come to have a holistic database as far as the water resources are concerned. And then I'll just add up that all these things are fine, but unless until you have a governance and the policy framework, nothing will work. And therefore, the time has come to take a look at the water resources from the basin management viewpoint. And the basin management comes only through the body which is supposed to look at it, specifically about it, like the RBCM, River Basin Conservation Management Authority. And besides this, I'll also like to share with you that, we have this Ministry of Jal Shakti. How many of you know that Jal Shakti term, Ministry of Jal Shakti came in existence 2019 only. Before that, we had a DDWS, we had a river conservation department, and a lot of all the departments were just having a different ministries also. So the government of India brought it under one umbrella, and now we call it a Ministry of Jal Shakti. The Kerala has done the same thing in 1984. So what I'm saying, that it's a time for the states also to take a look at all your water resources activity under one umbrella. That eases out the coordination, that eases out the decision making, that eases out the optimization of water, and it's really, the efficiency of your work goes up. And on the policy side, I'll also say that some legal framework is now required. Like we need a water regulator, not only for developing the water sector, but we also need now, now this innovation to come in. We also need, good products to come in, and all those things will happen only when we have a water regulator. We have a green fund. Recently the SEBI is working on it. And I personally feel that the Green Fund should have a condition that unless until the states have a regulator, they will not fund the projects there. And that will be a catalyst and enabler to ensure that there is a level playing field in the water sector development. With these words, I close my my address, and I'm very thankful for Archana Madam and this APAC who has given me opportunity to come here and interact with you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, sir.